What's up, music lovers? Thanks for clicking on my channel. So anti-war songs have been around for as long as war has been around. Luckily for us, human beings as a species have come to the conclusion that war is horrific and nobody ever really wins them, and it sucks and it's a completely disgusting waste of life, and we have stopped war. So there is no need for anti-war songs anymore. Well, at least we've gotten a lot of great songs out of it. And while it is absolutely ridiculous to quantify a song and say that it is definitively the greatest anti-war song of all time, especially when there's countless of them out there, it is really good for YouTube thumbnails. And there are so many amazing anti-war songs just within heavy metal itself. The Price of a Mile, War Pigs, Passchendaele, Holy Mountains, Red Desert Skies, Rooster, just to name a few. Although sadly Holy Mountains is not about war, it's about something even worse, but still. There are a lot of anti-war songs across all genres of music, but I really do think that heavy metal has a special combination of powerful music to match powerful lyrics that no other genre of music can really touch. But despite this, there's one song that kept coming to my mind when I was thinking about what is a song that has such a powerful anti-war message in its lyrics, and the song itself actually originates from England in the 1800s. The song is called Johnny I Hardly Knew You, and it was first published in England in 1867. Now with that being said, this is a traditional folk song, so it probably originated in Ireland. So although some people might refer to this as an English folk song, I'm going to refer to it as an Irish folk song in this video. And the melody of this song is one that you're probably familiar with, even if you've only heard it in passing. The lyrics to this song do so many things right when talking about the horrors of war, and unlike a lot of songs, it doesn't actually mention the action or the combat. There's so many songs out there, especially metal songs, that focus on the combat, the horror, the bloodshed, the loss of life, all of that. Still, the stuff that is exciting about war. I point this out and use the word exciting because there's an absolutely fantastic book called War, How Conflict Shapes Us, and in it the author talks about how we are both disgusted and fascinated by war. And so with that in mind, there are a lot of anti-war songs that still focus on the aspects of war that are captivating, that you can tell a story around, that are exciting. Even though the songs might be condemning war, there is still a little bit of fascination there. And that's why I love the lyrics to this song so much, because they tell the story of an Irish woman who is being reunited with her husband after he went off to fight a war, and we get a good look of what war really does to people. And that's what makes the lyrics to this song so disturbing, but also so good. The lyrics systematically go through all the things that this young man has lost as a result of his time in the war. All the way back in the 1800s, the lyrics are specifically talking about the 1,000-yard stare and how the eyes of people who have been to combat do not look the same when they come back. Where were the eyes that looked so mild when my heart you first beguiled? Why did you run from me and the child? It also highlights another fact that is often forgotten about when we talk about war, and that is this young woman was left alone to raise a child all by herself. That child missed out on their dad, and the woman just had so many things she had to do alone as a result of not having her husband around. With just those two lines, the song already tells a pretty harrowing story, and this is just the start of it. There's so much more to come. Even with Johnny being reunited with his wife, it's impossible for him to fully be the person he used to be because he's lost the use of his legs, and as the song says, indeed your dancing days are done. And one of the toughest lines in the song deals with the fact that even though he's back and he made all of these sacrifices, there's not going to really be anyone there who can take care of him. You haven't an arm, you haven't a leg, you'll have to be left in the street to beg. The longer the song goes on, the more and more the chorus of "we had drums and guns and drums and guns, hurroo, hurroo," seems to take on this mocking tone. You're looking at the absolutely horrific situation this family has to go through as a result of one person going off to fight in a war, and yet you keep hearing, "but we had drums and guns." It just has such a wonderful sense of sarcasm and bitter irony. And some of the versions of the song go even further and have a final verse that talks about how now that this war is over, Couple years later, they're going to be coming back to try to sell you another one. They're bringing out the guns again. They've come to take our sons again. There are a ton of different versions of this song, and not all of them have that final verse, but even still, I think that those lyrics are a really good final note to end the song on. One person and one family's life has been absolutely devastated, but it will never be enough because there will always be another war. And what I appreciate so much about this song and its lyrics is that it's written from the 1800s, and yet there are so many common emotions that you can find in other literature about war. And while the fact that war is still a cancer that infects us as a species, it is very nice and comforting to know that all throughout human history, there are still these core elements that make us human. The lyrics that were written all the way back in the 1800s still resonate with people here in 2025. I think that that is a unique thing that both music and history has the power to do, connect you to the greater humanity or give you a much greater appreciation for your place in the world. That's the power of music, and I think the power of history as well. And that's kind of why I felt like making a video where I get to talk about both of them. Okay, so this is the part of the video where I say, hey, I have an instrumental song out called Waking Giant. If you want to check that out, there's a link down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. But I actually want to say something else before I log off. And yes, all of that is still true. Please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, all that nonsense. But I also want to take a moment to just point out some really, really good charities that are helping people affected by war. I don't know how many people are going to see this video. This is a really small channel, but please, if you are able to donate even just a few dollars to any of those charities, it would actually do some good in the world. Anyway, so that's enough of my ramblings, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you at the next video. See, that's why I started doing peace at the end of the videos. Seriously, I was like, you know what, man? The world just needs a little bit more peace.